we've got enough green with our green jello. Let's add some blue as we head into the Hawk Zone and talk to Terry and Marcus. Woo! Guys, it's so great to have you here in studio. And I have to say, now that we've had some time to process all the changes last week, please help us process everything that's going on with the team. Terry, take it away.
We're going to do our best to process this. I don't know how successful we're going to be, but we're going to try it out. Both of us have a little Irish cream coffee this morning. Maybe that's going to get us ready for Leprechaun Day,
yes.
Or whether it's going to help us calm our nerves with what we're about to talk about, which is ultimately the changes that have taken place with the Seahawks. I have my friend Marcus Trufant, who has been doing the Barbershop Podcast with me for several years now. Of course, you guys might notice him from playing football here in Seattle for the Seahawks for about a decade or so, and of course the Cougars. But we want to talk about these current Seahawks, True, and of course the thing that everybody's talking about, Russell Wilson. Ultimately, what happened with that situation, True?
Well, the Russell Wilson situation, of course, Terry, was a tough one. I feel like we were all invested, like we've been watching this soap opera for a long time, right? And now in the Russell and the organization's relationship, their marriage has come to an end, right?
Yeah,
and
unfortunately.
Whose fault was it? Was it the man's fault, the woman's fault? And I'm talking about relationships, so I'm saying right?
Yeah, look at
but it was just one of those things. It was kind of like a mutual split, right? Russ has this no trade clause, so he has to agree. The Seahawks were probably like, okay, we're not going to be able to keep Russ the next couple of years. Russ wants to win now, doesn't want to rebuild. So all these factors come into play. But again, I still think it was a mutual split.
Well, I feel like I got egg on my face because for a long time, believe it or not, I always thought that Russell Wilson and the Seahawks had a relationship that could not split. Like they were unbreakable. Russ wanted to be here so bad. The Seahawks wanted to have him here so bad. Pete and John loved him. But I understand some things were going on behind the scenes where Russ was like, I want to get out.
Well, Russ has, and I tell people, and this isn't a bad thing, Russ has morphed and changed as his career has went on, right? He started as this guy that came in kind of with the khakis and the golf shirt.
Yeah.
And now Russ has turned into a superstar, a rock star with the shades. Of course, he has a superstar wife, so his whole energy about after football, kind of what he wants to do now has grown to be this thing. So I think he may have tapped out in Seattle, right? And you go to Super Bowls, you've done all this stuff here, so maybe he's thinking, I want to be Tom Brady, like, see if I could take my talents to Denver and kind of rinse and repeat.
Yeah, I know the everybody's getting used to the Hollywood Russ, but it's still
I like Hollywood Russ.
It's still a little corny though, True. You gotta admit, it's a little off-brand from the Russell Wilson we know. It's not like he doesn't look like the Holly. He looks like the guy that's trying too hard right now.
Well, you know what? Things change, T.
Things do
They
change.
say ain't nothing forever, right? So as you grow, as you mature, and a part of your business plan and model, right? Maybe he wants to do something bigger and better and become this off-the-field star, like this bigger than football type of personality, i.e. Marshawn Lynch. You know, Beast Mode is doing a ton of stuff off the field now. I know he's retired, but he's in movies. He's doing a bunch of stuff. So go on, Russ.
Yeah,
do your thing.
Best wishes to Russ, except for if we happen to play the Seahawks. Moving forward, though, we got to pay attention to what's going on here in Seattle and our quarterback situation. What are we going to do? We need a quarterback. We obviously got the guy from Denver, Mr. Locke. But what are we going to do? Is he the future? Are we going to get somebody in the draft? What do you think is going to be our quarterback situation?
Well, our quarterback situation is an interesting one. Right?
Yeah.
We've been used to top tier, always in the conversation, 1, 2, 3, top quarterback in the league, right? So now we're going through this process, okay, do we let Geno cook? Drew Lock, of course, is coming over from Denver, and I heard through the grapevine that that's kind of going to be the battle, right? Until we can figure this thing out, and that's the safe thing to say, right? Pete and John are probably cooking up some magic in the back. I don't know if they're going to add some Baileys to it or not, but they're cooking their thing up and they're trying to figure this out, right? And going into the draft, you got a couple young guys there. You got Malik Willis, a couple other guys, but what do we do? I don't think anybody knows right now. I think we're just kind of putting the Band-Aid on until we can figure out exactly which way we want to go. But it's Geno and it's Locke now, and I guess we'll see where we go from there.
There's a lot of rumors going around. You know, we talk about replacing Russell Wilson, and one of the guys that's been mentioned is Deshaun Watson. He was the quarterback for the Houston Texans. There's a lot of controversy surrounding him, whether the Seahawks should even take an honest look at him. Should we bring him in? Should we not? What do you think about Deshaun Watson and what his role would be if the Seahawks brought him in?
Deshaun Watson, heck of a talent, right? Heck of a talent. While he was playing, really was doing his thing. It was putting up good numbers. Energetic, athletic, can throw, it can do the whole thing. But I don't know if the 12s in this community are ready to bring in a guy like Mr. Watson and everything that he's been through, right? And that goes for any organization. And you're going to split your fan base right down the middle, just with everything that he had going legally. I know that he's pretty much going to walk for the majority of that stuff. I don't know exactly where they are on that, but I know that they ruled in his favor just recently. So that's going to be tough, man. And he has the no trade clause as well. So it'll take a lot to get him over here. I heard that he's meeting with a bunch of teams today, I think. And the Seahawks are not one of them, so we'll see.
Well, so we'll strike that name out for now. But another name that's been floated, Colin Kaepernick, another name that's around a lot of controversy. What do you think about Colin coming in?
I like Cap. I know he's taking the IG, and he's been throwing with our guy Tyler Lockett. But going on IG and showing that you can still throw and show that you can still move around, it's been a couple years now since he's been on the field. I'm a fan of Cap. I am rooting for Cap, but I don't know if that's necessarily going to work out either. The Hawks, that would kind of be climbing uphill, and again, you're splitting your fan base right down the middle. You want to give people opportunities, but I know there's business decisions to be made, and we saw that, of course, just recently with Russ and Bobby. So we'll see. I don't know about Cap. I like Cap, though, but I don't know.
Last but not least, you mentioned Bobby right there. We're going to need to find a new leader in that position in the defensive locker room. Who do you think is going to fill that role?
I think Tyler Lockett can be that guy. I think Tyler Lockett could be that guy, a guy that's been here for a couple years now. I think he's my nowadays be the guy that's been here the longest, right?
Yeah.
Tyler puts up big numbers, great guy in the community, Seahawk guy, right? The Hawks pride themselves on bringing in guys that are good guys on the field and good guys off the field. So I like Lockett. I like Diggs as well on defense. The quarterback of the defense it just signed, got that big money, so cheers to that. But yeah, Diggs is a vocal guy, man. A lot of guys like him, funny, energetic, a real locker room guy. So I think it's a toss-up between those two guys.
Well, there's lots of things that's going to be happening between now and the season, so we're going to stay tuned, and hopefully big things happen for the Seahawks. Thank you for joining us. And Amity, thank you for the coffee.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you for all of this. We are going to talk to y'all soon. But